right, top tips for conquering LinkedIn. The first thing you got to know is yourself. And the reason for that is because we all have an emotional capacity to carry not only our emotions, but other folks' emotions. And a lot of times people don't know themselves, and therefore it's really hard for them to be accepting and be able to bring other people into the space with them. Because it's really hard when you have to try to balance yourself and then somebody else's emotions. And so the first thing I would say in LinkedIn is you always need to know who you are, because you need to know what your own boundaries are. You need to know what you're willing to talk about, what you're willing to keep sacred to yourself, and then also what you're willing to engage in. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you got to know your audience. And so once you know yourself, you kind of have a really good direction to go to. But who's your audience? Who are you talking to when you post? Are you talking to folks in your industry? Are you talking to folks who are getting into the industry? What are you doing and why are you doing it? So you definitely got to get connected to the audience to which you're going to be serving, because they're the ones who are going to be helping to guide how your conversations go, either through what they're putting in the comment section or just, the reactions that they put in, as well as sharing what you're talking about. So all of those are going to be two really big things. Another big thing that you got to have is you got to know when to disengage. There are a lot of folks on all social media platforms, but even on LinkedIn, which is a professional space, they don't mean you harm, but they also don't mean you good, if that makes sense. And that's because they don't know you. So they're a lot of times reacting to what is being said. And sometimes those reactions are not pleasant. And I can definitely account many times where folks kind of went off the rails on me, and I had to, again, know myself, know the audience that I'm talking to, so that I could be a lot more engaging. But it is absolutely okay to unplug. Please unplug. And don't put everything about yourself on LinkedIn. Yes, talk about your professional work, talk about some of your salient identities, but there are parts of you that need to be sacred, and they don't need to be on any type of social media site. And that's because social media is not your own personal diary. And sometimes we forget that. And so we share things about ourselves, about our families, about our wins and our losses that sometimes people weaponize and can be very hurtful and very impactful if we are not careful. So it's just another thing to do. And I would say lastly, have friends in real life. You need people that know you, who care about you, who want to see you win, to be a part of your life outside of social media. That's going to be a huge thing to make sure that you are in line with. And the reason for that is because you need someone who's going to be able to pull you back to reality. You also need people that you can just talk to in real time, and you can see their body language, and you can hear their voice, and you can know that what they're saying to you is specifically for you. So don't be so connected to the likes and the reactions and the sharing of what you say that you forget about creating an avenue for people to engage with you. So those are some of my tips.